Hi everybody, it's Jenna from Jenna Stitches, and today I will be showing you my progress on my Annie's kit blanket that I've been working on for quite a while now. I am on kit 6 and I get a kit monthly, so about 6 months. I do have a playlist of all the videos I've recorded so far, but every time I get a new Annie's kit, I make what is in that kit and then I kind of discuss it. So I do have kit 6 here. I have already worked it up, so like I usually do, I will go over it all with you. I don't know what my cat just did, but she knocked something over. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you like this video, please think about liking, commenting, and subscribing. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. So kit 6, we are getting close to being done with the squares that go around the blanket. And before I do that, I should probably explain this a little bit for the new people. So I have been working on an Annie's crochet kit for, like I said, about 6 months now. It is called the Moroccan Tile Afghan, and I got it in the Casablanca or Casablanca colorway, however you want to say it. And so far, I am on kit 6. So here is the blanket in full if you've never seen it before. And then on the back, it kind of shows you what each kit will be. So I have done almost all the squares. I think kit 7 is going to be the remainder squares, which would be these two right here, I believe. But kit 6 was these two that are highlighted in purple. So I've done the whole inside of the blanket and almost all the squares. Again, kit 7 will be the end of the squares, and then I'll be working on the border of the blanket. So getting close. I believe there's 10 kits altogether. Kit 6 is actually... or no, this is kit 6. Kit 7 is right there. So I already have it. I just haven't worked on it yet. And kit 8 came out of my account for the money. I haven't seen it ship yet though, so it should be shipping anytime soon. So should be here soon. I don't know why I just repeated that like 3 times. But what I've done for kit 6 are these two squares right here. And without showing you a pattern, here's a closer look at square number 4 and square number 5. So I will show you the finished project. I did not mean to say project. I meant to say progress on the squares. So each of them, I believe, had 3 each. Yes. So here is the square number 4. This one was a lot of fun. Every square so far has just been so much fun. I'm really, really enjoying these squares and making this blanket now. If you watched the beginning of the video, the beginning of the blanket, really all the way up until I started the squares, I hated it. I did not want to work on it. I did not like the way it looked, nothing. And then once I started these squares, I kind of got a different outlook on the blanket because the squares have been a lot of fun, and now I'm excited to actually put them all together and everything. So I love both of these squares for this one. I don't think this was my favorite out of the 2, but I definitely really, really enjoyed working on it. And just like the other squares I've made, if you've watched previous videos, each one of them looks different. But these ones are pretty close to each other, but you can see like each of them has a little bit of a difference to it. But there's that one, and then I think this one is definitely my favorite out of the 2. And this one has a mistake in it that I saw as soon as I held it up. I forgot to put the extended double crochet there, but I don't care. I'm not going to fix it. But this one was a lot of fun to make. I really, really enjoyed this one. So here's one that is correct. And you can just tell too, like this is the first one I made because it's a little bit more sloppy looking than this. Especially like right up here, and obviously because that's missing. But this looks more uniformed and everything than this one does. And then here's the last one. And these two look pretty similar to each other. But I really, really enjoyed this one. It was so much fun to make. And really every square in the blanket so far has been a lot of fun to make. And I'm excited to get kit 7 down and start working on that one. But like I do in every video, I show you what yarn it came with and what I used and what I have left and everything. And if you haven't followed the videos, in my experience, and I know not everybody has the same experience, but I have so much yarn left over from every kit. So like this is all the yarn left from kit 5 still. And if I can show you in here, this is all the like extra skeins from previous kits that I haven't even used yet. Like, I don't think I've touched this one at all. I couldn't tell you what kits that's from. But you get, for my experience, way more yarn than you need. Which at first I was kind of like frustrated about, because it is very expensive. At the end of the blanket, it's going to end up costing me over $200. And if they would figure out how much yarn you need, maybe they could drop the price for the blanket. But I have talked to other people who had the issue of running out of yarn. So I guess it all just kind of depends on your style of crocheting and your tension and everything. In my opinion, I have way much more yarn than I need, and same goes with this kit. Each kit comes with 5 different colors. Some of them are going to be in the kit that you're using. Some of them are, you still have to pull from previous kits. I think this one, like, this kit didn't come with this colorway, so I had to pull from a previous one, as well as this one here. So they don't send you every single color that you're going to be using, and they do anticipate you having some left over, because obviously how would you make this if you didn't have some left over from previous. But I think my ring light's dying. I don't know if anybody saw that, but when I put that square back down, my ring light flashed. Or maybe it was my imagination, but they anticipate you having yarn left over. But as I just showed, like, that's everything I have left over since kit 1. There's some full skeins in there I haven't even touched yet. And like I said, kit 7 is the end of the squares, which are these 2 right here. And then we're going to start working on this border. And as far as I can see, there's only cream, cerulean, and the indigo left. Maybe some of the spice up here, and I have tons of different colors in here still that I'm not going to have to use. So I'm going to hold off on making anything with them, like extra, because I did mention, I think it was last video, that I'm going to make hats out of everything that's left over. I am going to hold off just in case I'm looking at it wrong, but I do anticipate having quite a bit of yarn left over when I'm done. But kit 6 here came with 2 creams, 1 honey, 1 cerulean, and 1 indigo. And I only used this honey because this is a brand new color for the blanket. This is the first kit we used it on, so I did use this. And the only place we had to use it was in the very center of square number 4. And I guess I should probably show you the squares instead of showing you the pattern. But the only place it was used at all is right there in the very center of the square. So there is still quite a bit left over. The cerulean, the indigo, and the cream, one of the creams I didn't even touch. I still have more than enough of both left over from previous kits, and I did have to use one of the skeins of cream, and I have that much left over in it. So still have tons of yarn left over that I didn't even have to use in this kit. And again, yes, I can use the yarn when I'm done, and I'm going to. If you're not familiar with what I do make a lot of hats for charity. I donate some to a local cancer hospital, and then I do donate hats towards Christmas time to my mom. She is a teacher, so I make enough hats for everybody in her class, and then whatever's left over I give to the school. I do plan on doing that again this year. I've actually been making a hat a week so far this year, so whatever's left over is going to go towards that, which I think is perfect. And I think it doesn't matter because the colors all go very well together. So even if I have some of this honey left and some of this indigo left, I can make a hat. But I just think it's kind of wasteful too to send so much extra yarn. Like, I didn't even touch any of those. And it's all kind of, not that it's a mystery because I know what the next kit's going to be, but I don't know what colors are going to come in it. So it's kind of like, why send so much that I don't need? But like I said earlier, other people have the opposite issue. So it all kind of just depends on how you crochet. I am going to get started on kit number 7. That's right up there. And I doubt you guys can see it from here. Maybe you can. But there is a pink right there. And that is the first time that we see pink in the pattern. And I don't know why, but I got really excited about that. I don't really care for pink, which, you know, I've said before, which is odd because my hair is pink and I really have to redo it. It looks horrible right now, but pink's just not my favorite color at all. But I have been gravitating towards it lately. Like, I was really excited when I saw that. I was like, ooh, we've never had pink in the blanket before. And like the new Karen Blossom cakes, the pink one is probably my favorite, which I think is a little strange. But I was really excited to see that pink, and I am excited to do it because they're squares, and the squares have just been so much fun. And looking at them in the pattern, they look like they're going to be pretty cool looking, because I know you probably can't see it that well, but here's the one with the pink in it. And then it's going to be this one too, is the last one that I haven't done. That one looks kind of weird in the picture, but I'm sure it's going to be fun either way. So I'm going to get started on those relatively soon. I know I have been pretty sporadic with getting these videos out just because I haven't really been working on it too much. Like kit 7 up there has been here for well over a week, and I actually finished kit 6 about a week ago, around right when I received kit 7, and it's kind of just been sitting here waiting for me to film. And like I said, kit 8, the money already came out of my account, and usually it's shipped before the money comes out, so I might have just missed the shipping notice. And it is already shipped, or it will ship in just a day or so. But what I plan on doing once I'm done with the entire blanket is kind of seeing what I have left over and seeing if I can compare the price I paid for the blanket with how much it would have cost if I would have just bought the yarn all separately. So these are Premier anti-pilling, but they're very tiny skeins compared to an actual anti-pilling. There's 90 yards in here. I don't really use Premier anti-pilling too much. I don't really use Premier too much, to be honest. So I don't know what their normal skein is, but I know it's more than 90 yards. So these are like half a skein, I believe, if I remember correctly. So I'm kind of gonna figure out, at least with the full balls I used, because I saved every single label so far. I can't figure out like how much of a certain skein I used, but I can figure out at least, you know, all the full skeins I used, and compare the price with the actual price of Premier anti-pilling, and see if it's more expensive to buy the kit with how much yarn I'm getting left over, or if it would be cheaper to buy the yarn separately and just make the blanket. But I don't think you can get this pattern without buying the kit either. So I don't know. I just think it would be kind of a cool idea to see, like, here's all the yarn I got, here's what the blanket cost me, here's how much the yarn would cost you if you actually bought all the yarn separately, and how much you would actually need, because again, these aren't full-size skeins at all, and seeing which would be cheaper. So that's kind of an idea. I think I've said it since video 1, and I still plan on doing that. So once it's all done in about, what, 3 months, I will do that. Which, where are all the squares? That might be a problem, because they were in here and I don't know where I put them, because they're not in here anymore. I'm sure they're probably up there somewhere. I don't see them though. I remember taking them out of here because it was too full and I couldn't close it anymore, but I don't remember what I did with them all. So we'll see. But that's kind of been my idea from the beginning, and just because, again, I have so much yarn left over, so I want to see, like, what... Either way, is the kit worth the money I'm paying for it? Probably not at all. But I think it would be really interesting to see how much you would pay if you could do it all separately. So I'm going to do that at the end, and obviously show you the finished project as well. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everybody has a great week, and I will see you all for the next one. Bye.